Welcome to the Star Carter Personal Finance channel. On this channel, I talk personal finance, everything that's out there in those financial streets that's going to make sure that we are living our best life and building wealth and not debt. And we're learning about the scams and all those different things that's going on out there. I try to make sure I keep y'all up to date. Now, with that being said, if you're not already a subscriber, make sure that you guys are cutting on your notifications, subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, doing all those good things to help support the channel. I do appreciate it. So as y'all come into this live stream today, please give this video a thumbs up. That way it's get pushed out. Now, I can say that I did drop the ball and I left you guys hanging, and I hope you guys forgive me because I totally forgot about doing this video about the changes that Navy Fed sent out to its credit card holders. Some people got theirs earlier part of July. I got my notification. I think I got my email around July the 29th. So I know I had a client that got hers way before I did. So I'm pretty sure that everybody should have gotten notification of the interest changes that's going to be coming to the Navy Fed credit cards by now. This is August the 20th. So everybody should have those changes by now. But I had a couple of subscribers or commenters. I don't know if they're subscribers, but at least commenting on my videos saying that Star, you have not covered the changes with the interest. And I must say, I apologize because I totally forgot, really, because I don't like carrying a balance. So I wasn't thinking about it. And I know I need to bring this information out here to you guys. So please forgive me. I'm on it now. All right. So let's see who we got in the chat right now before I get started. I got a purple heart. Thank you so much, Geneva. And we got Angie Hayes. Thanks for speaking on this. I am here to listen with a heart. I appreciate it. Beauty is her name. Have not received mine as of yet. Okay. So I do appreciate you guys being in chat. And Beauty is her name. You was on my live last night, so I appreciate you coming back. So, guys, in my title, I said Navy Fed is changing how credit card interest is calculated, but I'm not surprised. Okay, so here's the skinny. Let's get this on out the way first. Interest rates are high all across the board right now. Okay, interest rates are high. The median, they say, interest rate on a credit card is around 22-23%. Okay, because the Fed rate hikes has been going up over the last couple of years now to try to bring this inflation down, right? So interest rates are just high. You're trying to buy a home, you're gonna find out interest rates are higher than they was in 2020. Okay, it just is what it is. On my channel, I have preached and preached and preached and try to tell you guys about not carrying a balance, not living above your means, not using your credit cards as your own money. Now, I did a whole video on my channel. Let me go back on my channel and see. I did a whole video 5 months ago talking about high limit credit cards, the true cost of having a high limit credit cards, because everybody wants to run over to Navy Fed, do everything you got to do to build up your relationship with them to get your internal score up so you can get these high limit credit cards. And I said in that video, if you've only had low limit credit cards, and I'm talking about low limit credit cards, but like $500 limits, $1,000 limits, limits no more than about $2,000. A $2,000 limit credit card with a balance is a stark difference from having a $20,000 limit credit card with a balance. Okay. It's a major, major difference when you got a $2,000 balance versus a $20,000 balance, right? So it doesn't really matter how they calculate interest. If you are carrying a balance from month to month, especially at an 18% rate, which that's Navy Fed's highest interest rate, right? 18% is their highest interest. And if you're carrying a balance from month to month on a high limit credit card with a high balance, it doesn't matter how they're calculating it. You're still paying way too much money that you could be using for something else. Okay. So let's get that on out the way. We got to be more responsible with our money instead of giving it to these banks. Navy Fed is a $1 billion credit union, the biggest credit union in the world. I think their assets is like 178 or 170 something $billion. Okay. When I started doing Navy Fed videos last year, I think they was at 163 or something like that billion. So they're steady going up, right? And all credit card companies, not just Navy Fed as a credit union, but all credit card companies know that that's where they're going to make the most money off of their customers that carry a balance, right? That's how they can offer rewards. That's how they can offer a cash back, free travel, 0% APRs, because they know the ones that carry a balance is going to foot the bill for the ones that don't. Okay. So let's talk about those things first before we start worrying about how much Navy Fed is going to go up on their interest rate, because really and truly, it's not that big of a difference. Okay. They're going from a average daily balance method to a daily balance method. Okay. So it's not that big of a deal. It's only a big deal when the numbers get bigger and bigger with how bigger your balance is. So if you got $1,000 balance right now, and you're paying it down because you're not paying it off every month, that's going to be different when it comes to interest than somebody that has a $10,000 balance right now, or a $15,000 balance right now, or even a $20,000 balance right now. Because of the interest, it compounds every month. Now, you understand what compound interest is, because if you have a checking account, I mean, I'm not checking account, but if you have like a high yield savings account right now, or even in your 401ks, you know, over the time, as years go and you keep that money inside of those investment vehicles, you are counting on the interest compounding. And therefore, eventually, in 40 years, by the time you retire, you will be a millionaire if you've been contributing for 40 years, right? Because you are counting on the compound interest of you having that money sitting in there. You're not bothering it. You're just adding to it, right? You're adding to it. You're not subtracting, you're adding to it. Same thing with credit cards, guys. It's the same thing. Except for the only people that are benefiting on that compound interest is the credit card companies and not you. Okay? Because every month you carry a balance, it's compounding. And when you're adding more to the balance, and maybe you're only paying the minimum, and we know the minimum is not really going to touch the principal part of that balance. All right, interest is going to take a lot of that, and only a small amount is going to go to the actual principal of that credit card balance. It's the same thing. And if you're still spending on the credit card, then you still feeding the new compound interest. So that's the real thing that's going on right here. It's not really worrying about how they're calculating it. It's really and truly, how are we handling our finances and making sure that we're paying off our balances every month, so that it doesn't matter how they're calculating, how much the interest is. None of that matters if you're paying it off every month by the due date and paying off the actual statement balance. Whatever that statement balance is, when your statement rolls around and it says statement balance, that's the balance you should be paying off by the due date to avoid paying interest. Okay? That's all you need to worry about. Now, with this new daily balance method that they're going to be doing now, the cost, like I said, is this going to depend on where you at and how much you owe already. The changes are going to take effect October the 1st of this year. This is 2024. So the changes are going to take place this year in another, what, we're in August the 20th right now. So we got like a month and a half before the changes actually take place. Now, Navy Fed is not making you keep your credit card. So if you have a high balance credit card right now and you scared that it's going to hit you with a ton of interest, then they're telling you right now that if you don't want this to take place, they will close your account out. And that means that whatever balance you have, you're going to have to work it out with them, because it's going to be due. And they may set you up on a payment plan or something like that. They may try to work with you if you can't afford it. But that's the thing. It's about using your cards responsibly so that you don't get caught up with these type of things. Because let me tell you one other thing. Navy Fed is not doing anything different than any other credit card company that's already doing it. If you guys are rebuilding your credit, and I did a video on some of the worst credit cards you can have, like Premier Bank, Credit One Bank, what is it, Destiny, and all those other so-called credit builder cards. Them cards right there are charging interest and compounding way harder, okay, than Navy Fed and some of these other prime credit cards like American Express and Chase. All right. So some of those worst credit cards that brand themselves as rebuilding, they're for subprime customers that don't have really good credit, and they know the ones that don't usually have the best credit are going to carry a balance. That's what the statistics say. That the ones that don't have the best credit are going to carry a balance. So that's why they start you off with $300 and $500 limits, right? And you wind up carrying a balance on those cards, and you wind up paying way more money on those cards than you should. A lot of y'all have never even looked at a credit card calculator, and I talk about that in that video too. A lot of y'all do not know the true cost, so that's why you all kind of, worried about this change when it's really nothing to really worry about. We need to be more focused on paying down our debts. If we pay down our debts, none of this will worry. It would not worry us. That's where we at right now. So I am going to pull up the new terms for the ones that haven't got their letter yet. And then I'm going to pull up a credit card calculator. And I want you guys to see the numbers if y'all are on this live. I want you guys to actually see the numbers. And like I said, this is not just Navy Fed. This is for any credit card that you have. Because at any time, any credit card company can change the way they do business. Okay. Anytime. All right. Because at the end of the day, it's not your money, it's their money. It is a short term loan. That's what a credit card is. A credit card is a short term loan that just so happen to be a line of credit that you can use because it revolves. As you pay it off, you get it back. As you pay it off, you get it back, right? So we got to start looking at these things for what they are, and then we won't get tripped up by them. When we get these, that's why it slipped my mind. I was not trying to purposely not bring the information to the platform, but I talk to you guys all the time on Stars Carter Personal Channel, or if you remember me before I changed the name from Star Knows Credit, about paying our cards off, paying off our debts. We can't create wealth if we throwing our wealth away in interest payments to these credit card companies. Okay, we can't. We can't create wealth that way. It's not possible. Especially when I pull up this credit card calculator, and you will see what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and let's look at, let me pull up on the screen those terms. If you haven't got anything from Navy Fed, let's pull that up real quick. All right, so it says important changes to your account terms. This revised information, as I told you, revised terms as of October the 1st of 2024. How we calculate your interest charges, daily balance method, including new transactions. Now I'm gonna tell you guys, how many of y'all, and y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat. How many of y'all, when you get a new credit card, you actually sit there and read all those different pages that comes with your terms and conditions that tell you how they calculate your credit card interest now? Before Navy Fed sent out anything talking about they was changing. How many of y'all actually pay that any attention anyway? How many of y'all actually pay attention to how they calculate those things? The majority of us don't. We don't read the little fine print that comes in the little booklets that come with our new credit card. All we know is let's activate this bad boy and what we gonna do with it. All right. A lot of people got credit cards with Navy Fed because you can liquidate the Navy Fed credit card because they'll give you one of those gold prepaid cards. And as long as it's not the American Express, you can move the money from your Navy Fed credit card to the Navy Fed gold prepaid card without getting a transfer fee or without getting a cash advance fee. So people are liquidating the cards, getting the money at the ATM, right? So we got to look at the behaviors. We got to look at our behaviors that causes us to get into these situations that we worry when there's notices like this that come out. All right. So it says we are revising, adding, or moving the following section: transaction categories, paying interest, fees, authorized users. See the additional information section of this notice for more details. This is the additional information. So this is the changes. If if you close, if your account is closed for any reason before October the 1st of 2024, these changes in this notice will not apply to your account. All right. These will not apply to your account because your account will be closed if you do not go along with these changes. This is not negotiable. Okay. It says right here, if you reject these changes, your account will be closed and you will not be able to use your account for new transactions. You can reject these changes by calling this 1-888-842-6328 number. You will be responsible for making monthly payments until your balance is paid in full. So that's something that you can think about, especially if you have ran up the bag on your high limit credit card. And now you're scared that you're not going to be able to pay it off. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you already been running a balance of, of even $5,000 or more every month, you probably been struggling anyway if you ain't been able to pay them off. Because hey, but without them changing that, that's already a hefty bill. It really is. All right. So it says we use the daily balance method, including new transactions. We calculate the interest charges separately for each balance on your account, subject to different terms. For example, regular purchase, regular balance transfers, and convenience checks, regular cash advance, and each promotional balance. We calculate daily interest on those balances by multiplying them by the DPRs. We do this each day of the billing cycle, and we sum the daily interest amounts to find the total monthly interest charge. Due to rounding, this calculation may vary slightly from the interest charged to your account. Okay, so let's get down here where it says for each balance, we calculate a daily balance by doing the following. So they're going to take the beginning balance that day. All right. The beginning balance for the first day of the billing cycle is the balance on the last day of the billing cycle. Okay. They're going to add any interest charge accrued on the previous day daily balance. This is known as compounding interest. We know that. All right. Compounding interest. So whatever you had from the last month, the previous day, whatever that daily balance is, we're going to add that into the next day, compounding it. All right. Add any add any new transaction and fees of the latter of the transaction day or first day of billing cycle in which the transactional fee posts. They're going to subtract any new payments, credits applied to the balance, and make any additional adjustments as appropriate. For example, adjustments for any disputes you may have done. If a daily balance is less than zero, we treat the daily balance as zero. So they're telling you right now, you need to be paying your credit card balances more often. You don't have, there's no rule saying that you got to pay your bill right on the due date. You could pay your credit card bill anytime throughout that billing cycle. You don't have to wait to pay the balance off, the complete balance off on the due date. You can pay the bill more often. Some people even do velocity banking where they put their whole paycheck into their credit card and pay their bills out of it, what bills they can pay with their credit card. And that's the way that they knock their credit card balances down. So you can pay your bill more often. All right. So your annual percentage rate for each balance on your account, regular purchase, balance transfers, and convenience checks and regular cash advances will not change. So whatever your interest rate is, it's not going to change. So if you got the highest interest rate that this credit union offers right now, it's 18%, right? Then that's not going to change. That's not going to change at all. But their associated periodic rates will change due to the daily periodic rates, the DPRs. Your DPR for each balance on your account is equal to the balance APR divided by 365, days in a year. The APR for each balance on your account can be found on your periodic statement in the interest charge calculation section. So below are examples right here. So I went on Navy Fed's website and I saw that currently, now it just depends on when, if you were to get a new credit card with Navy Fed right now, depending on what your credit worthiness is, let me get to the credit cards real quick. Depending on, I'm gonna take this down so I can add the Navy Fed website up here real quick. All right, so this is Navy Fed's website right here. Y'all know what it looks like. So right now, they just showing you interest rate of 11.99. Well, the only card that have an interest rate that low is the platinum card. Everything else on here, including the cash rewards, is 15.9. The more rewards, no, I don't want to chat. The more rewards is 15.9 to 18. The flagship is 16.49 to 18. It start with the highest, and it's supposed to be the signature top tier card, and it's got a higher interest rate than the more rewards and the cash rewards card. All right, the go rewards 15.24, higher than the lower. I mean to say lower than the flagship. The flagship is the highest, starting off with 16.49, and you supposed to have the best credit to get to 16.49, right? And the secure card is 18%. So the platinum card is the card that supposed to have the lowest rate APR, and also the one that they recognize as the balance transfer, and with the low APR if you want to do a balance transfer. That's what the platinum card is for, right? So they are already starting you out with high limits. Now, this is low. 18% is low compared to the major credit cards like American Express, your Chase, your Citi, all those other, your Wells Fargo cards. They are already into 22, 23, 24, 25, all the way up to at least 29.99%. Now, if you got those really bad subprime cards that I was talking about, like your First Premier Bank, your Credit One Bank, and all them, you're probably looking at 35.99 interest rate on them, because they prey on the ones with the bad credit, right? So let's go back to that, to the terms on that letter. All right, so let's go back to that letter real quick. So right here, make sure it's still up. Okay, so right here, it says here are some examples. So you got to have the platinum card to have this 11.99, unless you didn't had your Navy card, credit card with them before all these interest rate hikes. Now you might still have a card that if you took care of it and they didn't change your interest rate, or they might have went up on your interest rate a little bit, then you might be okay. But 11.99 is that platinum card, and it's saying APR has a corresponding DPR of 0.03. Okay, so 0.03 is what that's going to be looking like. 15.9 APR is going to look like 0.04, and 18% is going to look like 0.049. Okay, so let's look at that a little bit closely. I actually plugged it into an Excel spreadsheet real quick. Let me move this. Hopefully it'll let me share my Excel spreadsheet with you guys. I hope you can see this. But so in this spreadsheet, what I plugged in was the monthly. So if say you have a balance of $1,000, and we're gonna plug this in with by the month, with the 18% interest rate divided by 12 months, minus the 1,000. So we're looking at $15 interest on $1,000. That's what we're looking at, right? Now with the daily method, you do the same calculation, but instead of dividing it by 12, we're going to divide it by 365.25. And then we're going to do the whole thing over here, divide it by 12. And then so now you're looking like, instead of $15, it's $15.11. So it's looking like if you got $1,000 balance, it's only 11 cents. Okay, it's only 11 cents more than it was in the previous calculating method, right? But let's look at it. Say it's $10,000, right? And we divide, and then we times that by with the monthly divided by 12. That's $150 worth of interest. And if you do it through the daily, then you're looking at $1.11. So it's a difference of 11 cents if it's only $1,000, or it's $1.11 if it's $10,000. But so that's not a lot of money when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. That's not a lot of money, right? 11 cents if you have $1,000 balance. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. And I hope you can see it because it looks really tiny on here. But here's the thing, guys. That's the beauty of compounding interest. Compounding interest, like I told you, just like your 401ks and your investments in the stock market. That's why they tell you to put it in and hold it in for as long as you can. That's what the credit card companies want you to do. They want you to run up your credit card debt and hold a balance as long as you can, because as long as you have a balance, the more money they're going to make off of you because of compound interest. Compound interest just didn't start with Navy Fed sending you a letter saying they're going to change the way that they calculate your interest. It already was there. Okay. It's just now it has increased, but the increase is little, but it can add up over time. Okay. It can compound and become a monster over time. That's what compound interest does. That's what it does. Right. So let's look at one more thing, and then I'm going to go into the chat and see what you guys are talking about. All right, so let's pull up a credit card calculator. I like to pull up a credit card calculator because a lot of times y'all might not see my uploaded videos, but y'all do tune into these lives. So that's why I've been doing more of the lives, because I feel like this is a way for me to get the information to you guys in a short period of time. So let's look at this, right? All right, this is a credit card calculator. Now say this is a you got a starting balance of $1,000 that I plugged in here with an interest rate of 18%, and say your minimum payment is only $25. So if you calculate that, right, it tells you that it would take you 5 years and 2 months to pay off $1,000, and you will pay $538.58 in interest. So how long have you had a card with with $1,000 balance that you've only been paying $25 on forever and a day? I can say I used to do that. I did that for like 20 years. I told you about my debt journey. I got plenty of videos telling you about my debt journey. Before I learned how credit really works and how money really works, I was one of those people, right? As soon as I paid the minimum, I was back using it again. So they was constantly getting that compound interest on me for years, right? So let's look at that. If you got a high credit card balance of $10,000, right? And you're paying a minimum, say you're paying a minimum of $100. Let's see if it's going to even be enough with a $100 minimum. All right. So it pops up in red and it says it is unlikely that you could pay off the balance with a monthly payment of $100. You need to pay an amount higher than 150 to even pay off $10,000, right? Okay. So let's do $157 on this $10,000 balance at an 18%. So let's see what it says. All right. So if you got a $10,000 balance with 18% interest and you're only paying $157 a month because you're letting it carry a balance, it says it would take you 17 years and 5 months to pay off the balance. The total interest you would pay is $22,798.40. So for $10,000, you would be done paid $22,000, and it'll take you 17 years to pay it off, right? This is the true cost of having these high limit credit cards. So let's put 20,000 in there. Let's put 20,000 in there. All right. Let's say we're going to make a minimum payment of $200 a month on a $20,000 balance. Well, guess what? The red box popped up again and says you're not going to be able to pay this card off with just $200 a month with a $20,000 balance with 18% interest, right? You're going to have to pay at least $300. All right, so let's do $310 just for, but they say just for kicks and giggles, right? So let's do 310. All right. So if you got a $20,000 balance with the interest rate of 18% and you only paying $310, this is your minimum payment, $310, right? It would take you 19 years and 3 months to pay this off, and you'll be done paid $51,000 in interest. Plus the 20,000, just like the other one. When I'm talking about how much interest you'll be done paid, I ain't talking about the balance. I'm talking about the interest. So in all, you'd be done paid $71,000 if you only paid 310 a month. So I want you guys to understand, if you are a subscriber or a returning viewer of my channel, I want you to know the true cost of these things. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if they change how they calculate the interest. What matters is if we being responsible with our finances and trying to pay our cards off and not living above our means. And I understand, don't get me wrong, I understand that some people have been having to use their card to bridge the income gap because things are higher now. And I understand that. But we got to still be mindful, even if you lost your job and you got this credit card right here, and you in between jobs, and you're trying to bridge the income gap, you still got to be mindful that you got to pay this back. A lot of times when our credit go bad, it's because we over leverage ourselves. I talk about this in a video too, about having good credit can be a bad thing at times because it causes us to over leverage and overspend, right? And when we get the shiny new credit card, and it's so cool to have a $20,000 and $30,000 limit, like my Navy flagship card got a $35,000 limit on it. I guarantee you, I will not spend $35,000 on that card at one time ever in life. I have never had a balance on that card past $3,000. I haven't, because I know the true cause. And if I can't pay off whatever I spend, I know I'm just digging a hole for me to be in debt. So I don't want you guys to be worried about these changes. I want you to more focus on, if you do have a balance, what can you do to get this balance down? What are some of the things that you could do right now to implement to start working this balance down, improving your credit scores? Because if you have a maxed out credit card, then your utilization is trash anyway, right? You already look risky to lenders, because if you got a maxed out credit card that you're not paying off every month, that screams, I'm having financial troubles, right? That's what that screams. So what are we going to do to make sure that we are putting ourselves in the best financial position instead of worrying about these changes? Because you only worry is because you feel like you're getting caught with your drawers down, in a nice way of saying it, or your slip showing. Okay, as my grandma used to say. These are some of the things that'll make you worry if you have not been doing right by your finances. So when you get this notice, right, in the email, and you got a $20,000 balance on your credit card right now, because maybe you thought you were going to flip something and you got the cash on your go prepaid card thing that Navy Fed give you, and you done got the cash. Or maybe some of y'all done did a cash advance, that you done transfer it, because Navy Fed make it easy for you to even transfer money off your credit card and put it directly in your checking account. And newsflash, if you didn't already know, you was already getting charged by the day when you did that. You was already getting charged by the day. If you do a cash advance and you move that money from your credit card directly into your checking account, guess what? You was already getting charged by the day, right? Or y'all didn't read that part in your terms and conditions, did you? That's how they get you. They get you in the fine print. We get these cards and we don't want to read none of this pretty little print that they got to go with these cards. Nope, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. And that's how we end up getting in trouble. And they know it. You don't think they know it? They know it. And that's why they're giving us these high limit credit cards, because they look on your credit profile and the other credit cards you had, $1,000 limit, $2,000 limit, $500 limit, stuff like that. And all of a sudden they're gonna give you a $20,000 limit. They know you're gonna run the bag. They know you are, and they're probably looking and seeing how often you carry the balance on those other cards, because whenever you look at your actual credit profile, you have a credit limit, and then it tells you what is the highest balance that was on this credit card. So if you let your credit card max out at any time, they'll know, because it'll tell you if it reported to the statement, right? And the statement is what gets reported to the actual credit bureau. They'll know if you ran it all the way up to the top or not. They know that because it said on your credit profile. It says it. So when they're giving you this money, they give it to you in hopes that you're going to run it up, and in hopes that you're going to keep a balance so that they can make money off you. So that the ones that don't keep a balance, they're the ones that are going to get the credit card rewards. They're the ones that are going to get the free travel. They're the ones that are going to get the cash back. They're the ones that are going to get the free hotel stays. Like me and my husband just went on 2 different vacations this year with just our credit card points alone, and didn't have to pay for our hotel stay, right? Those are the ones that's going to reap the benefits from the ones that are actually carrying a balance. And the ones that are coming in Navy Fed, that are skimming and scamming, right? And you got the ones that are in there that are doing all kind of negative stuff and causing this credit union to lose money. All right, this is some of the changes that'll take place, because they're not in it to lose money. What's going to happen is the members that do right, they're going to suffer for the members that have done wrong. That's what's going to happen. So let me see. I am way behind in the comments. Let's see. We got New Jersey in the house. Let's see. Always good info. I appreciate it. Got yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Hi Star, hi Kathy. I hope you're still on here. Let's see. It said, "Woo, thanks for breaking this down. I was worried, but I should be all right." Exactly. If you paying your balances, y'all good. All right. It said, "John Barry, the credit game. If you're good to the credit game, it will be good to you." Exactly. We got an amen in the house. Let's see. Let's see. Mojo said, "I will read the terms and conditions prior to submitting the application, which was instilled in me when I first started this hobby." Yeah, you supposed to. You supposed to. When you fill out an application, before you fill out the application, it's something that's called truth in lending. They have to tell you everything. So when we are clicking the boxes saying that, "Oh, I read the terms and conditions," or "I read the privacy notice," "I read everything," you ain't read nothing. You ain't clicked on nothing. Now one of them links, and even if they got the little scroll box, you ain't scrolled. You ain't scrolled. We got the credit cousin in the house. Can we please hit the thumbs up button for you for the YouTube algorithm? Yes, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining in with me too. All right, who else we got? We got Moving to Win. Mojo, me too. My focus is always terms and conditions. To know the interest rate on purchases, cash advances, balance transfer, also fees. You got to know. If not, you gonna they say you're gonna mess around and find out. All right. So it said basically, if you have it balanced, those people are going to get screwed. Well, if you carrying the balance from month to month, you already getting screwed. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay. But that means no more grace period. There is a grace period. There is a grace period. If you pay your credit card balance off by the due date, whatever your statement balance is, you pay it off. You pay it off. And like I said, if you cannot afford to pay it off by the due date, you need to pay it more often. Pay it more often. You get paid every 2 weeks. Put something on it every 2 weeks if you can. Put that in the budget. A lot of us don't even want to set a budget, right? To even know where our money's going. We're too busy letting our money tell us where it's going instead of us telling our money where we want it to go. We got to get in the habit of telling our money where it's going instead of telling us. Many people tell me, "Well, I can't afford to save." Well, you can't afford not to save. A lot of times you want to pay everything else before you even give yourself something. You don't have nothing put back because you shoveling it into these credit card companies' pockets. That's what we doing, right? I've heard interest rate as high as 32.99, which I didn't know was possible. Well, you go to some of those horrible credit cards that I have on my channel where I did the worst credit cards, try 35.99. They get higher than that. Let's see, the credit cards. At one time, I owed Navy Fed 9K from last month, but it's paid in full. If you can run it up and pay it back off, there's nothing wrong with that. You can run it up, credit cousin. Like you said, I paid it back off. That's what you're supposed to do. Let's see, 32.99 on a big bank credit card, not Navy Fed. No, Navy Feds right now is 18%. Their highest is 18%. Most credit unions, I ain't gonna say all, most credit unions have lower interest rates on their credit cards. But like I said, if you're not carrying a balance, the interest rate doesn't matter, does it? It really don't. It does not matter. They was calculating the interest at a average daily balance. And so now they're calculating the interest at a daily balance method. So it's still being calculated daily. It's still being calculated. So I just want you guys to understand it's not that big of a difference. You're talking 11 cents as I was showing you in my spreadsheet, or $1.11, but it's the compounding effect of what you already have come October the 1st versus any new charges that is going to come on. That's what it is. All right. Somebody said student loans. Student loans compound. I mean, how many of us been out of school forever and you got interest that you know you're not going to hit? That's what student loans is terrible, right? They just a student loan is supposed to be an investment that say, okay, that when you take the student loan out, hopefully the degree that you are going to school for should pay you X amount more than what you paid in student loan debt. So it's supposed to be an investment into your future earnings. That's what it's supposed to be. So hopefully you got a degree that you're actually in the field of that degree and you're working in, and you're supposed to be able to make that money back times 10. So we got some head blown. Said, oh my, let's see, 62.99 at interest capital 2K, $62.99 at interest capital 2K. Got another, it was a head blown. I can't hardly see it. Let's see what else we got. We love it when you are live. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. We got fact. Let's see what else we got. I'm trying to get down here. Let's see. We got good everything. Raleigh, North Carolina in the house. Thank you, Heather, for joining me again. I appreciate the love. Say, I love my money max account. Yeah. How much interest is it paying you now if you're still on this live? All right. What else we got? We got yes, ma'am. We have to pay off these credit card balance. Yep. Credit cousin said side hustle. All right, what we got right here? It said, I never spend more in a month than my monthly net income, and I always pay it before the end of the cycle. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Sounds like a setup. It is a setup. Do you think, like legit, y'all, do you think these credit card companies or these banks or credit unions are giving you these credit cards because they just want you to have a way to pay for things? No, they hoping that you're going to carry a balance. That's how they make their money, off the interest. That's how you can have a mortgage with a 30-year mortgage. 30-year mortgage. That's how. Because what, for however many years into the mortgage, you're going to be paying interest before you even hit the principal, unless you're paying extra. I mean, extra, you know, everything, every credit product out there is for them to make money. The real credit game is when you use other people's money and don't pay interest to use their money. That's the real credit game. Those accounts they don't like. They don't like the people that pay their credit card balances off and y'all are getting the rewards. You getting the cash back, you getting the free travel, you getting the hotel stays, you getting the concierge, you getting the lounges at these airport these what they call them the Capital One lounge and all those different lounges at the airports because you carrying the card or whatever. Those people that got the American Express Platinum card, I have the Gold card. These cards have an annual fee, right? But the majority of the people that have those cards do not carry a balance. So that's why they have an annual fee. But that annual fee is going to be offset because they're going to give you so much in credits to offset that card, right? To make the card valuable. But those are not people that are carrying balances that are walking around with a gold and a platinum card or a Chase Sapphire Reserve card that have almost $700 annual fees to them. They know the customer. They know that top tier customer to their bottom tier customers. And that's why they try to make sure that all of the top tier customers going to get all the benefits and all the rewards while the lower tier customers are paying for it. They know this. They know it. And it's our job to know it too. So that we're not the one that is getting game, but we can game the system just like the rich. Okay? They use other people's money to make more money. All right. That's what they do. We just throwing our money down the toilet in interest. That's what we do. And we got to stop doing that. It said, and Wall Street has created hedges that you will not pay it. Hedge funds. Let's see. I might have missed another part of that. It says, can you use estimated business income and bank statements to obtain loans and credit cards and where to go? Well, Chase is one of those ones that'll let you put in a estimated income. You can even get a Chase credit card with just your what is it, sole proprietorship with your social security number. You don't even have to have an EIN, you know. So that it's possible. It is possible to get business credit cards that way with just your stated income. American Express will let you use your stated income. Now, when you talking about using these major credit cards, we talking about at least a 700 credit score or better, right? You're preaching now, sis. I appreciate you. All right, we got to laugh out loud. I don't know what I said funny. We got a true. Credit card said the PayPal Business Mastercard do not have a grace period. See, now I have the PayPal Business Mastercard, but I don't carry a balance on it, so I don't know. But I'll take your word for it. It says Star, they aren't the only ones. Home Depot, Capital One, and Chase, to name a few. If you don't accept, they will close your account and cancel the card. Yeah, because they are hoping that you're gonna carry balance. Money Mass account is a GPS that show you how to eliminate interest. You pay off your accounts fast with your budget. I do velocity banking with it. Saying that earlier in the live. Some people, funnel their whole paycheck that they can actually, whatever they can pay with a credit card with, they'll funnel, whatever their paycheck is outside of what they have to pay cash with. Like you might not pay your rent with your credit card or, some of those expenses. But what you can pay with a credit card, a lot of people funnel their check inside of their credit card to pay the balance down, and then they just reuse it. But you're satisfying the minimum. You also are, you know, breaking down that interest, the amount of interest that you have. So that compounding is getting broke down because by time it gets a chance to compound, your check will come in and you're hitting your check back on it again. So you steady like breaking that down. So velocity banking is a good way also to get out of credit card debt. All right. All right. So let me do something real quick. We going we going to try this again today. We'll do that next time. All right, guys, let me go ahead and put the scroll banner up here. If y'all want to call in and talk to me, hopefully I can get this thing to work. Credit cousin, he said he's got a gym. Credit cousin said, I have a gem for you viewers. I use a 0% credit card that has 12 months, no interest. Liquidate the card to pay down my mortgage on my rental property faster. So that's like velocity banking, right? I guess what I should have said about the PayPal Business MasterCard, don't pay it on the exact date. Wait one day after and see what happened. Gotcha. So if y'all want to call in and let me see if I could get this. All right, I gotta take it off of do not disturb. So y'all want to give me a call if y'all want to actually call in. The number is 1-404-939-3564. But yeah, guys, I don't want you all to be, like just terribly worried about this. What I want you more to focus on is how we can leverage our credit in the right way instead of the wrong way by giving these people our money. Like the credit cousin said, he took a 0% APR card and is paying down a mortgage. Okay. He's paying down a mortgage. He's paying down an asset that can appreciate over time and make him money. A lot of times we buy depreciating assets that does not make us any money. There's a difference between assets and liabilities. And a lot of us got a lot of liabilities and no assets. Your assets will make you money, right? If you get enough assets, your assets can make you money that can pay for your liabilities, right? If you get enough money in assets, like in your stocks and your investments and stuff that's giving you a dividend and giving you a return, those things that you want to spend money on, those lavish things you want to spend money on, they will make the money for you to do that instead of you going into debt for it and giving your money away in interest. That's what it is. One of the best books that you guys could read, and I got it right here. Hold on. That talks about this is this book right here, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I don't care how people feel about him right now. This is one of the best books that was wrote in 1997, the year I graduated high school. And I didn't get introduced to it until like 2019, I think it was. But it came out the year I graduated high school. So it's stuff like this that we need to learn the real money game. We need the game. All right, I got a call. Star, can you hear me? Hello, this is Star. Can you hear me? Oh, I don't think we got anybody. Uh, tried. I might have to do some more work on it. It wrong. I guess I might just figure it out some more. Let's see. It just said I got a voicemail. Or just let me know I missed the call. I answered the call, so I don't know. I answered the call. I don't know what the deal was with that because I answered the call. It's saying that I missed the call. Try again, credit cousin, and see if it'll let it go in. Cause it said I missed the call, but I'm on the call. So I don't get it. I said, me and my husband, we had did all the checks and tests on this thing, and it's still giving me a pain in the butt. All right, let's see. Now I'm hearing it ring. I don't know what the deal is, credit cousin. It's not doing right. It's not doing right. Let me take the banner down because it's not doing as it should. It's been technology is tech in the day. That's all I can say. Technology is tech in the day. That's all I can say. That's my only explanation.
Well, it's credit cousin.
Credit cousin, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, so maybe I had to call you.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
So I got the feedback coming back in my ear. Guys, if you are still on the live, let me know if you can hear the credit cousin on the live. I called him back since his number popped up. So let me know if you still on the live, if you can hear the credit cousin. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear the credit cousin. Say something, credit cousin, so if they know if they can hear you.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. What I wanted to say about, I received the same letter from Navy Federal. And the crazy thing is, I had already liquidated, I want to say like 2 days prior. I liquidated 9,000, actually 9,500, and paid it down on my rental property. And so I have 0% for 12 months. But here's the strategy I use. I have $3,000 of rental income that I'm going to be dropping down on the credit card right now. Actually, as of the day, it's paid off.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. This is his channel, guys, that I pulled up. He is on YouTube, the credit cousin. So if y'all are on my live right now, make sure you go over. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to his channel in the description box. Y'all go over and show him some love. He dropping gems all the way from Hawaii, right?
No, actually, I'm in the DMV, and the property is in Jacksonville, Florida. Shout
Okay.
out to Duval.
Okay. That's what's up. Let me
I had to add that. I had to add
look, I am not
that.
mad at you. Let me find the actual link. I'm as you can tell, I'm always on my phone when I use my YouTube. So I get
Oh,
on
okay.
the computer and I have no idea what I'm doing. But y'all see his
Well,
I
join
don't
the
know.
crowd. Join the
Look,
crowd.
I don't ever use my computer for YouTube. I always do it on my phone or on
Well,
my iPad.
well, I tell my subscribers I'm better with credit than I am with YouTube and technology.
All right. So that is one of his videos that I just linked. So y'all could go straight from that link to his channel if y'all are still on the
I wish you to
live.
put I wish you to put that one up that I went and did a side hustle of picking up a rat.
Where is
That
that
bad
at?
boy was bigger than my. It was over in Alexandria, Virginia.
You put it on the video already?
I think it's a short. It's probably a short.
It's probably
Talking
short.
about side hustling.
Okay, I see it right here. All right. No, it won't let me share it. It just says send feedback. When I click the three dots
Oh,
right
okay.
here, it won't let me share it for whatever reason. But if
So
you
you know
got,
more.
huh?
You know more. You know more about this stuff than I do. Cause I listen. All I know is banks. Like I tell my subscribers, I bank with 12 different banks.
Okay.
A lot of people ask, a lot of people ask me, why do I bank with 12 different banks? Well, if I can't get it from Navy Federal, I can go over to Penn Fed. If I can't get it from Penn Fed, I can go way across into California to First Tech Federal Credit Union and get it for First Tech.
Mhm.
My strategy is this: I bank all across the country.
Mhm.
So my strategies will work for anybody who has discipline to have
Keyword.
high credit scores. Yes, to have high credit scores and have a lot of assets, you need to bank with a lot of different people.
Mhm.
Because at some point, you're going to get to that place where Navy Federal won't be able to help you. So I bank with Chase as well. I bank with First National Bank of Omaha, Nebraska.
Gotcha.
I I bank with a lot of different institutions because I don't have to put on no knee pads and go crying to one institution and be at their mercy.
I got you. I
You
got you.
know, so I'm really dangerous with credit.
You say you're
I actually
dangerous. Why
pay
you
for my
say you're dangerous with credit?
well. I have more information about banks and financial institutions than the people in the front office and some of the people. There's another content creator by the name of JP with Blueprint for IV Prosperity Network.
Mhm.
And when he hears some of the stuff that I'm talking about, like security backed lines of credit and things of that nature, the average American don't even know anything about any of this stuff. And he was shocked to hear it come out of my mouth.
Wow. Gotcha.
Because I invest, I diversify, and I invest in stocks, real estate, gold, silver, every asset class there is. I'm dabbling because I don't keep all my money in one spot. Grandma and them used to always say, "Don't keep all your eggs in one basket."
And that's the truth. And that's the truth.
And because we in the United States, we are in a cyclical market. One minute you'll see gas go up.
Mhm.
Next minute you'll see real estate go up. Next minute you'll see stocks go up and go down. So what I do is I play all the markets.
Right.
So I got my fingers in. I'm like an octopus. Even in banking, I got my tentacles everywhere.
You got your tentacles there. Well, and like you
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
in the economy that we in, you have to because if one thing is up, another thing may be down. And you got to play that game.
Well, let's talk about this economy.
Mhm.
I tell my subscribers this. I personally work 4 jobs.
Okay.
So what I'm saying to your subscribers, you all need to work as much as you can and not only sell, but okay, so I tell my subscribers this. You need to have an emergency fund.
Mhm.
You also need to have a high yield savings account.
Mhm.
You also need to have CDs.
Mhm.
See, us as us as a people or as a culture, we
Mhm.
never enter into the side of the bank that pays us.
Right.
We're normally paying the bank.
Exactly.
So I'm more of a producer than I am a consumer. I have so much expendable income coming in, and like today I did a side hustle from a referral that a friend of a friend told this lady about me, and when she called, I boogie boogie boogie.
Right.
I don't even wait. I don't wait. I don't let no grass grow underneath my feet, as grandma used to say.
Mhm.
I go ahead and go get that because somebody else is looking to get something, and I'm the early bird. I get the worm.
And you're right. As a culture, we do not look at the asset class or how much money that we can make. We're too focused on we look at
Mm-hmm.
credit in the wrong way, as you say, as a consumer
Spend, spend it,
spending. Yeah. Stuff
but
that's
we
not
spend our
going
money
and a
on the
lot of
wrong.
it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it that we're
Go ahead.
spending on is not going to make us money back. It's depreciating assets that's not going to grow us wealth over time. And then we
Or li-
wonder, huh?
or liabilities.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's why when I got on this live, that's why I had to do this Navy Fed credit card changes and go at this route, because I don't want you to think that this is some just god awful thing. If you're carrying a balance right now, and if you carried it for more than a month, it's a god awful thing already, because that means you already gave them a month of interest already. And if you
Absolutely.
and the more you're doing it, and the more you're doing it, it's compounding anyway. It's already
Absolutely.
compounding. You see the credit card calculator. $1,000 can take you 5 years if you only paying $25 a minimum. It could take you 5 years to
Wow.
pay that thing back. Just $1,000. So that's the real
Wow.
numbers that we're looking at. And I want you guys to just to understand that I'm not about fear mongering. I'm about real deal
Truth telling.
truth telling. Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
not going to sit
Yeah.
here and fear mongering you and be like, hey, no, it's doom and gloom. No, the doom and gloom is when you're giving these people your money and you don't have
Absolutely.
anything to show for it.
Absolutely.
That's the
And it's
that's the
always
real tragedy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and it's always us.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know why we trying to show off, or show out for people that 9 out of 10 don't even like us.
Right.
So, so I tell my subscribers, because I'm a church deacon at Star Missionary Baptist Church, and I'm the youngest deacon, and I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida. I left Florida and moved to the DMV area
Mm-hmm.
because this area pays a higher scale. So I could come here, make more money here. That's like living in New York City and investing in Alabama.
Right.
Pretty
That's
much New York City, you make twice the money. Oh, let me say this while we on here.
go ahead.
A lot of people don't understand marriages.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling a young man today about a merger.
Mm-hmm.
If you court and get to know
Mm-hmm.
and progress to marriage and marry the right person, that person become an asset into your life.
Right. Supposed to be.
So I was supposed to be, yes. But see, you notice I use that old term, court,
Courting.
court. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I tell young men, before you jump in the bed, let's jump in her head. And while you're courting her, go see her friends, go see all the people she hang around, and see what they say about her.
Right.
I did a I did a second video today about what do people say about you,
Mm-hmm.
or what do people think about you.
True.
And so when you go talk to a young lady's mama, grandmama, first cousin, second cousin, you can kind of get an idea of what you're dealing with.
That's right.
And one of the scriptures I put on my channel today is Proverbs 22:1. You gotta choose to have a good name.
Mm.
You can choose heaven or hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? God gave us free will.
That's
So
right.
I choose to be a good person. So the way I get my side hustle money or extra money through my reputation, and people just tell other people about me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like I say, I got four different just streams of income, and half of them come from talking to people, meeting somebody new. Uh, I don't know if you ever heard of the Upside app. Have you ever heard of that?
Upsided app.
It's called Upside.
Mm-mm. I haven't. Now you got me
Okay,
intrigued. What is it about?
if you go to your Play Store, or if you got an Android, I have an Android, so it's in the
Mm-hmm.
Play Store, and you put in Upside, it's an app that pays you for gas, restaurants, and convenience stores.
Okay.
I personally I personally made $6,100 off of this app.
I know you
What I
lying.
tell people, no man, it's on my channel. It's on my channel.
Look,
Everything. My life is. I live a transparent life. Yeah, I live a transparent life because I don't. One thing I say on my channel, I don't do no capping.
is this it right
And when
here?
I meet people, you know what? I'm not even watching. Let
You
me
not
cut
watching? Oh,
this
you done got
laptop
you
on.
you on it. You on the channel now, so you not watching it. I just pulled up. It said the
No, no,
power
no,
to
no.
earn more.
I didn't know if it was gonna give feedback.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can just cut the
Normally,
volume down.
I don't know if I didn't know if you was on Streamyard or not.
Yeah, I'm on StreamYard. Yep.
So I just tell people game just to tell them because guess what? I can't get it all. So why not spread the wealth?
Let me go ahead and
But
shout out my I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm definitely gonna get mine.
Let me
I'm
go
definitely gonna get mine. So
let me shout out my super chat. Brandon. Brandon is one of the first people I met last year when I started this channel. And I sure do appreciate all the love I do. And I appreciate you sending me that praise report text the other day too. I appreciate you. You just don't know how much I appreciate you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. And we got somebody right
okay,
here
yeah.
said for gas. You got
No, no,
somebody
no.
with the
Not
question
only
mark for gas.
not only gas, but it's for gas, restaurants, and convenience stores.
Wow.
And there's a extra at the bottom where you could refer people. So you can get paid four ways with this one particular app for free.
I got you. I see it. Okay, I see what you're talking about. So is this something like Rakuten almost?
No ma'am. No ma'am. You basically put your credit card information in there.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about getting gas, your information is see what they're doing is tracking the credit card purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they know that you was at the particular location. Not only that, but they use the GPS within the app.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's tracking what you got going on
Yes.
and your
Well, with one
spending.
particular credit card.
Yeah, okay, off one
Yes.
card. Okay, I got you. So if you got a card that you use for everyday spend, for your everyday spending card, for your, like it says, for your commute, your meal time, your grocery trips, everybody's going to the grocery store, even got Dunkin' Donuts I see on here, just places that from this app, Circle K, Domino's, Marco's Pizza, Arby's, Shell Station. Okay,
Now it's different in every market.
gotcha.
It's basically picking up your particular market.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Because I see Jimmy
And
John's right here.
it doesn't affect any of your cash back stuff. Like what a percentage you got with
One of the subscribers said, "Do you have a link for the app so you can get the referral credit?" You might want to put that in the chat.
uh do.
That's why you got to get back on this live, on and looking
I'm on
at it.
I see I see it. I see
You
it.
see it.
I'm see it. I
Put
see
it.
it.
Put that link in the chat. So if somebody want to sign up for this, because you dropping some gems on here, somebody can. I'm gonna download the app soon as I get off this live. So I'm gonna be hitting your referral link as well.
Yeah, I've been crushing it. I'm gonna put the invite code.
And make sure you guys go to the Credit Cousins channel. I'm gonna pull his channel back up again. Make sure y'all go to the Credit Cousins channel and follow him to get some more of these tips. Cause he getting his side hustle on, and I ain't mad at it. This is his
I got
channel
one.
as well.
I also have bank account bonuses. I've been killing those as well, making it $300 for Wells Fargo, Chase, Truist, all those banks.
So he got the referral code in the chat. If y'all are interested in doing the upside, he's got the referral code in the chat. I'm gonna have to actually. I'm gonna see if I can pin it. Like it's can't tell it from here. Somebody said the credit cousin. If I can show it, it said the credit cousin is our cousin for real. Good info.
Oh, I have tons of it.
He said he got
Them,
tons of
them
it,
bank,
y'all.
them bank account bonuses will blow your mind.
Now I heard you say something
And
about
there's
that
a
one time before on one of my lives. Is that how you get the 12 accounts you be going after those bonuses?
well, let me give you the strategy behind all of this.
Okay, break it down for me.
If if you think about it, do your bank pay you for your direct deposit? So with Wells Fargo on my channel, I have Wells Fargo on my channel.
Mhm.
I send Wells Fargo $250 a week because it requires 1,000 a month direct deposit, and then when you initially open up the account, you can open it up with like $25. $25 to open up the account, and I do $250 a week.
Mhm.
Uh, After 90 days, they paid me $325. Now,
Wow.
here's my strategy with all this. I am looking, I don't have a Wells Fargo credit card.
Mhm.
So instead of just going to Wells Fargo with a seven, I think I got like a 787 credit score. I have zero DTI. I know I could qualify for it, but I was like, you know what? Let me get this money for them first,
Right.
because I'm gonna take their money, then I'm gonna buy some stock in Wells Fargo with the bank's money.
You better talk.
I'm dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. I told you I'm dangerous.
That's just like me.
Cause see, remember,
Go ahead.
mhm. Remember when I told you about the security back line of credit?
Huh?
It's a reason for my madness.
Okay, got you. I got you.
Securities is the paper assets, the stocks. The
Mm.
reason why I'm a member of First Tech Federal Credit Union, they have that loan program. You don't have to sell your stock to get a loan, but
Wow.
it's almost like getting a secured loan, like the pledge loan.
Right.
Now I'm bought. Now I'm in an asset class, but all by myself because now I got all these different assets where I could borrow money at a cheaper rate, no matter what's going on in America.
Right.
I'm an individual. I'm an individual.
Mhm.
So I look at it like this: as long as I got the assets and the income and the credit score and my profile is straight, I don't get denied.
Wow.
But I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been doing it for 25 years now.
You got it. Somebody put it in chat. Moving to win said that's a crazy move. Get their money and reinvest the money ASAP.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Nikki,
Yes, Lord.
my girl Nikki from the CRP in here said, well, come in, have a church then. Have church then. That's right. Credit cousin. Did you see me talk about that foolishness yesterday on my channel about the pastor that manipulated some Navy Fed members into a PPP loan scam?
I saw it, but I was like, you know what? I am the church.
That's right.
I heard when you started high, I said, let me get up off of here. I don't need that spirit on me. So you know what? I'm a church deacon. So there's only two offices in the Baptist church. It's pastors and deacons.
Right.
So I have to. Sometimes I have to protect my ear gate and my eye gate.
I understand wholeheartedly. I do. Now you
I mean,
talk
you got
about
some
go
folks
ahead.
out here that's shady. You got some folks out here that's shady. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
I ain't always been saved, so I said, you know what? Let me get over this. I don't need no more strategy.
I
So
hear you.
I'm just keeping it 100. I keep it 100.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. So you talked about First Tech. A lot of people don't know that you can join First Tech through which one is it? Is it the oh Lord, if I want to try and tell you, I can tell you.
ACC.
Yeah,
ACC.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Was it like $8 a year or something like that? Is that it? or $15 a year?
Uh, I got in 4 years ago, so I don't even remember.
First Tech Credit Union. I've heard good things about them.
Trevor.
I don't have anything with them, but I've heard good things about that credit union.
Oh yeah, their house of high limits as well. They gave me a $27,000 limit.
Mm. And like I said, these
First time,
these
first
these
try.
high these high limit credit cards are great. They're great. But it's like you said, it's the discipline. It's the discipline
Yeah,
and not getting in debt. If you're going to
yeah,
use these cards for the benefit of you getting an asset, right? Like he
yeah.
said, he got a 0% APR card. And what you said back in the chat, like way, way up, I can't even find it now, where you said that you
Well,
did
I
something with the
actually put
mortgage.
I put $9,500 on the card, and then I turned around and put that towards a mortgage down in Jacksonville that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you another gem since you got me on the line. If any of you all are dealing with PHH Mortgage, aka a Aquan company, put them underneath the microscope, contact them and tell them you need the amortization schedule to the mortgage. If you know a grandma, a aunt, or uncle who've been dealing with PHH Mortgage, they something else. Because I'm about ready to sue these folks.
Uh-oh.
I paid I paid them $11,000 over top of the mortgage payment in two different lump sums.
Hmm.
And these folks keep trying to say that they want to jack the mortgage from 980 to 1225 a month.
Hmm.
And I asked them what's the purpose of the increase? Um, Florida is in a bad state right now. I don't know if you know, Star.
I was going to ask you about that. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about insurance with Florida right now.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. The big insurance companies have moved out of the state of Florida.
Hmm.
So I went to a local insurance company and was trying to get insurance on the property down there. They wanted $7,100 annually.
Hmm.
The reason why I'm saying annually because I do annually on stuff like that. I just put it on a credit card and then pay the credit card with big $3,000 payments to be done with it. Walk away.
Right.
So I wind up getting insurance through PHH Mortgage, which wind up being 3125. Well, I want to pay the whole 3125 on a credit card and be done with it.
Right.
They told me I couldn't pay them 3125 in one lump sum. They had to put it on the back end. So
And
I still send them the 3125.
what was
I
their
still send it
purpose
to
of
them.
that?
Well, first of all, PHH Mortgage is a subprime lender.
Gotcha.
I'm paying off a mortgage that my mom had from 2006.
Gotcha.
My mom just recently died like 2 years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
So yeah, it's crazy. So what happened was I pretty much just started paying the mortgage payment on this property, and I was like, well, I want to pay this property off. So my next move I'm going to do is I may just pull the money out of my 401k. I am into the velocity of money,
Mm-hmm.
which means that I enjoy paying stuff off fast.
Gotcha.
I call those little small. I call them small wins,
Mm-hmm.
especially when we talking about money under 100k.
Right. Right.
Because I'm in a position where I could save 30 grand in 10 months.
Gotcha.
So, but I have options because I got other stuff, other monies at different spots, this, that, and the third. But when I ordered the amortization schedule, I found out from the $980 or so, or not, yeah, $980, my mom was paying 500 and some odd dollars towards principal. Now, you know how people say the math ain't mathing?
Yeah. So the math wasn't
And
mathing when you got that schedule.
well, No, the math ain't mathing, cuz it ain't mathing. The it started. The loan started in 2006.
Right. Was that part of that
Okay,
housing foolishness they was doing around that time?
no, no. What
Okay.
happened is this. I started going into it, and I said, well, wait a minute. In 2 more years, we'll be 2026. This
Right.
means this mortgage is 20 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and we still ain't halfway through it.
Okay, you should have 10 more years and you should be out of it. You should be definitely putting more towards the principal than the interest at this point.
Well, now I am because I set an extra $11,000, and I
Mm-hmm.
started to have them to recast the loan at the current balance. But I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I'm not even gonna play that game. I'm gonna just pay these folks off uh, and keep moving.
Right.
Yeah, just keep moving. Keep my peace because I was
That's
getting ready to go down a rabbit hole.
now come on, Deacon now. Don't
But
let them
I
steal
told you I ain't
your
always been saying.
look, don't let them steal your religion now. Don't let them steal it. But my grandma said, don't let them steal your joy. Look, the world didn't give it to you, so the world can't take it away.
Listen,
But all right, credit cousin, this is the longest I've ever been on the live. We going in a hour and 30 minutes, so I'm going to get off. I really enjoyed our conversation. I know that the
me
people in
too.
the comments, they have been blowing you up here. So y'all make sure y'all go. I still got his page up. Y'all go and y'all subscribe to the credit cousin. I also put a link down in the chat. He also put his referral code down in the chat so you guys can check out the let me go back to it, the Upside app, and get y'all some of this money. He done dropped a lot of gems for you guys on
A
here,
lot of
and we
jazz.
do appreciate you. I'm glad I called you since it wouldn't let me answer the call for you. I don't know what's going on.
Well, Star, for your members,
Uh-huh.
if they need somebody to walk them through the whole process of some of the stuff you see on my channel, I tell everybody that's a member of my channel, email me at thecreditcousin@gmail.com and I'll walk you through it. Ain't no big deal.
All right. So you say that again for my people out here that's still on the live and for any future ones that's going to see this
The
live.
the credit cousin COUSIN
Mm-hmm.
at gmail.com. And I'll walk them through it. I'll help them get to the bag. Ain't no big deal.
You heard what he said. He help y'all get to the bag. Ain't no big deal. See, that's what I'm talking about. My girl Nikki said,
In the
"Thank
church,
you, Bo." Huh?
in the church, we say each one teach one. That's all.
That's what
Iron sharpens
it
iron.
is. That's what it is. Beauty is a nice said, "Thank you, cousin."
Yes,
Let's see
ma'am.
what else we got down here. Beauties and I said, thank you, Star. Much love. Every day, all day. That's what we do. Y'all make sure y'all go over there. Ain't no excuse. Y'all done met the credit cousin over here at Star Knows Credit, aka Star Carter, the personal finance channel, and he is your credit cousin. So between
Yes,
us
ma'am.
two, y'all gonna get this information now. Between us two. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing. So you can't say you don't
And
know.
remember, and remember, everybody's eating off our last name.
Mm,
And everybody trying to put their hands in our pocket.
mm.
So we got to stop that.
And when you say everybody's eating off our last name, explain that to me before we get off this live. Take me deep.
The person that you rent the house from,
Mm-hmm.
where you finance your car at,
Mm-hmm.
where you get your insurance from, car insurance and life insurance.
Right.
Most Americans or most more people who look like us
Mm-hmm.
don't understand credit dictates you can't even get life insurance without a good credit file.
Oh yeah.
So we gotta do better.
We got to do better. We do. We got to do better. Beauty is her name. Say preach. 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 Because I was telling my CRP members, we just had a live this past Saturday, And I was telling them
Mm-hmm.
that they got to understand that when you pull your detailed credit profile and you look at your soft inquiries, you'll see who's been pre-screening you for
Yes.
offers. They constantly
American
pre-screening you. Go ahead.
and American Express is the
Mm-hmm.
number one. Is watching. American Express is off the chain.
American Express will watch you like a hawk, especially if you are already a customer, because at any time they're ready to cut your
Mm-hmm.
limit or because if you look like you about to be broke, American Express ain't even finna play with you. They're not finna play with you at
But let me
all.
take let let me give you a little bit of my mindset.
Go ahead.
I believe in I believe in comparable credit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was going to do a video because I have an American Express credit card that's lagging on my file.
Mm-hmm.
American Express is one of the lowest limits I have on my file at the moment.
Gotcha.
And I started to call them and tell them, you know what? Since you all want to play this game, you can close that card
Mm.
because I don't need you.
They need you.
Yes, ma'am. You need me to spend, but I'm a high earner. I have a lot of assets with it that has cash flow, so I really don't need credit.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to leverage the credit to the point where to just get more assets. And then
Right.
next thing you know, the doggone real estate market just shot up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you guys, y'all have gotten a great live this day. I hope you all give this one a thumbs up. You share it, and you can keep the comments going after we get off the live. Make sure y'all go over to the Credit Cousin and subscribe to his channel. He got a fresh channel. Where you at now? He's at 1,300, like 1,300 subscribers. So y'all go over there and blow up the spot. He got a lot of channels in the archives already, so y'all could go back and get some of this knowledge. So, which y'all waiting on, I want to see you guys over there at the Credit Cousin as well, so that we gotta show him some love because he done showed us so much love today, and we do appreciate it.
I got even more. I
I,
have any more. I have a little bit more.
I know
I'm
you
doing a
do.
giveaway.
What you
I'm
doing a
doing a
giveaway?
giveaway.
Okay, what's your giveaway?
When I get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $25. Well, that's what it was. But somebody decided, Mr. Washington, on my channel decided to send me a cash app of $5. So now it's $30.
Okay,
So like I put on my channel today, anybody cash out me, I'm just gonna just get the money away because I don't really need no money. I need friends.
you need friends. I got you.
I need friends.
So he is going to be a blessing. So you getting into the
Yes, Lord.
subscribers is one of those things. Say it's a blessing to be a blessing, right?
Oh, what they say in the YouTube world, your network is your net worth.
That's right. That's right.
You need to network with some folks that's doing some stuff.
Absolutely. And I
And I need
think
to come to South
how
Carolina. I need to invest in South Carolina. Where you at?
the first time I ran up on you, you found me through one of my videos and you put
Mm-hmm.
it on your channel and I shot you
Yep.
out. So you just never know, who you gonna network with just on this app. Just on this app, you never know
Absolutely.
who you're gonna network with. And now you actually on the call with me. So how about that? Who knows?
Yes, ma'am.
There it
Yes,
is.
ma'am.
This is the
Look
video
at
right
God.
here. Right here. I just pulled it up right here where it says you did a reaction video to Star Card Finance. So you just don't never know, you know, networking is a good thing. It is.
And Mister, I want to give you your flowers. You are doing an excellent job, and big shout out to you.
I do
You're doing
appreciate
an
you.
excellent job.
I do
Yes, Lord.
appreciate you. And I accept that love, in the most humblest way I can. I do appreciate it. I do because it's, as you know, it's hard to get noticed out here sometimes on YouTube streets and to get the right information out there because there's a lot of the wrong
Yes.
information, but it's kind of hard sometimes. You got to work to get the right information out there because when you really do care about people's future, especially our culture, it's
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes you feel like you're talking to the wall, but you just got to keep on pressing and you
Mm.
got to keep on pushing. And you knowing that if you can teach at least one, then you doing your job. And that's how I feel
Yes,
about it.
ma'am.
So that's why I got on this
Yes,
live
ma'am.
today to let you guys know it's not about what interest changes and all that stuff that's going to take place. It's about let us get to where we're not giving these banks or these credit unions our money and interest, and let's flip it
Mm-hmm.
and really learn the real credit game and learn how the rich make money off other people's money, right?
Well, you want another gem?
What's the gem?
Okay. If you got expendable income, don't sit it into your savings account. Or you know what? Okay, you need a emergency fund. You need a high interest savings account.
Mm-hmm.
You need like some CDs. But if you got any extra money over top of those three accounts, send that money directly to your brokerage
Mm-hmm.
account. You know why?
Why?
Because if you're paying attention to the stock market and you see red like it was in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
you could capitalize. You can take your money that's already sitting in your brokerage account and start buying up these assets, buying
Mm-hmm.
up these companies.
Buy
And when they
low.
run up and sell high,
That's it. That's the game. You got to buy low.
yes, Lord.
You get in the ground, and you it don't have nowhere else to go but up.
Mhm.
And you'd be sitting there waiting to reap the reward.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of these people that we buy all our clothes and shoes and like you say, and we bank from, we don't even have stock in those companies.
Absolutely.
I have stock in the companies that I use.
Oh, but bless you.
I do.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I did. CMG is the ticker symbol for Chipotle.
Hmm.
Earlier this year, Chipotle did a 50-to-1 stock split. So after they did the stock split, the stock fell down.
Mm.
And I slid in when it fell down. I said, you know what? In my lifetime, if it run back up to, I think it got all the way up over $1,200 a share. So what I did was I slid in and bought me about 50 shares of that.
Come on now.
So when it run back up, I'm gonna be to the good.
You're gonna be ready.
But I'm invested in Apple. I'm invested in Chipotle. I'm invested in Walmart. And like I say, I'm gonna take that money that I got from Wells Fargo and I'm finna buy me some Wells Fargo. I'm finna buy me some bank stock. And I also want to buy TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. How about that?
Hey, I just got
If you know
a
these companies.
I just did a video about a $40,000 loan thing that I did with SoFi. And what I did, I,
Hmm.
I used that money for some business thing that I want to do. You know, I said trying to get some more
Hmm.
assets. And some of that money, I said, well, I might as well buy some stock with it. It's already done gone up. It already done made me a few money. Already.
Uh,
It ain't been
American
a month.
Express haven't American Express haven't offered you the blueprint line of credit yet on the business side.
Yes, yes. Actually, I just got something in the mail like yesterday, and then I got an email the other day. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I used that one time,
I
and
didn't, I don't need it, so I didn't apply for it, but I did get it. It's actually in my book bag in the living room. I did get the because like they sent me an email, and I guess they're like, well, she didn't apply, she didn't respond to the email, so they sent it to me in the mail.
shoot, I took their money and I put it over into Truist, and I'm letting it sit for 90 days, and then I'll make the little monthly payment. I think it's like $1,000 a month
I got you.
for 3 months, and then I'll pay it all back because I need that on my business credit file that I pulled a large sum of money and paid it back.
Oh yeah, that's the way. And they do report to the do they report to the Small Business Exchange, the
Yes,
SBE?
ma'am.
See, that's what it is.
Yes,
That's what it
ma'am.
is.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you
And that's
guys.
the side
Huh?
we
Go
all need
ahead.
to get to. That's the side we need to get to.
It
The business
is.
side.
So much love in the chat. Everybody, I do appreciate it. So much love. I haven't even ate dinner yet. Me and Credit Cousin, I done said I'm gonna get off this live, and
Yeah.
we going on an hour 40, and I said that at an hour 20. Thank y'all so much. I do appreciate all the love. And as I said, y'all go over there and help the Credit Cousin get to his first 2,000 subscribers. So anybody that sent him cash apps, he said he's gonna build that up So he's building up a fund right now that he's going to give away when he get to that magic number of 2,000 subscribers. And I'm telling you guys, it is not easy. Trust me, it's not
Mm-hmm.
easy. Some of us, you see my subscriber count. It's just about all the grace of God and the right people being sent to my channel, but it's not easy. So y'all help him out. Y'all help
Mm-hmm.
him out and help him get his channel so more people can see his content. Cause he got a lot to share.
Mm-hmm.
As y'all can see, since he been on the phone with me, he got a lot to share. That's gonna help us build wealth and get our credit on track. So thank you so much, Credit Cousin, for calling in. I really do appreciate your time. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your week. Until I get to talk to you again, hopefully we'll get to have another chat on here very
You got
soon.
you have my number. Call me anytime.
Oh, so
I'm
that's your
always
number that
available.
you called me from? Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and lock
Yes,
that
ma'am.
in
Yes, ma'am.
then. Absolutely.
I told you I'm transparent.
I got you. I got you. I appreciate you. I really do. Well, you have a
Yes,
wonderful
ma'am.
evening. And everybody that's been
You
on this
too.
live and done stuck it out this whole hour and 40 minutes, I appreciate y'all. I bet y'all like, now, Star don't be on here this long now. My CRP group now, I be on there talking to them forever in the day, but not on this app. Not on the live on the YouTube channel. So this is a little bit longer, but a lot of great information, tonight. So y'all make sure that y'all share this video and y'all go over there and y'all subscribe to the Credit Cousin. And I'm gonna see y'all. I got another scam that's going around. So I'm gonna have another live
Oh
again
Lord.
this week. Y'all know the scammers don't take no day off, and neither can I. So y'all have a good and blessed weekend. Oh, where we at? Tuesday. I keep thinking I'm at Thursday. I've been at Thursday all day long, y'all. I swear I've been at Thursday all day long.
Wow.
I keep saying have a good weekend. I told a lady on the phone earlier today, have a good weekend. And she was like, "Oh, you trying to get there quick?" I said, "I feel like it's Thursday. I don't know why." But I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you so much, Credit Cousin.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Be
right
blessed.
then. Be blessed too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.